Faceless YouTube videos. Start with the top 10 high-search, low-competition keywords to rank on page 1 in Google. This strategy is crucial because it allows you to tap into a niche market with less competition, giving your videos a better chance to stand out and attract viewers. By focusing on these keywords, you can ensure that your content is discoverable and relevant to what people are actively searching for. Use the best one for the headline. A compelling headline is your first opportunity to grab attention and entice viewers to click on your video. Make sure it is clear, concise, and promises value or a solution to a problem. Create a 10-minute video using the story script below. This length is optimal for keeping viewers engaged while providing enough time to deliver valuable content. Remember, the quality of your content is key to retaining viewers and encouraging them to subscribe to your channel. Use that same keyword in the opening greeting, explaining how watching this video could help you make extra money working from home just a few hours a week in your spare time. This approach not only hooks the viewer's interest, but also reinforces the relevance of your content to their needs. The second statement will show why this is the easiest, fastest way to create a growing passive income stream that, in just a few months or less, could transform your life financially. Highlighting the benefits and potential outcomes can motivate viewers to take action and follow through with your advice. It could even replace your current job, allowing you to work for yourself instead of trading long hours each week for a fixed survival wage. Imagine the freedom and flexibility of being your own boss, setting your own hours and working from the comfort of your home. This new lifestyle could provide you with more time to spend with family, pursue hobbies, and enjoy life to the fullest. This is not another one of those get-rich-quick, no-work-required scams that are everywhere online today. Success is only possible if you follow the exact steps in the order given. Don't look for shortcuts. This system has been created using tried and tested methods that work every time. I used to be just like you, spending weeks, months, even years working in a job that made someone else richer, while I barely had enough money to last until the next paycheck. I hated what I had to do, but didn't know any other way to keep up with the ever-increasing cost of living. If it weren't for a chance meeting with a successful multimillionaire, I would probably still be stuck in that same job nightmare. Let me tell you about that encounter and how it changed my life. It was another exhausting day at work, and at the end of the week, I decided I needed a drink. I went straight from work to my favorite pub, ordered a pint of beer, and sat down at a table, relieved that another week was over. At least I had the weekend before the cycle started again on Monday. That's when a stranger walked in and ordered a whiskey. There was something about him that made him stand out from the regulars. He didn't have that tired, worn-out, defeated look that most of the other patrons had. Not only that, but he wore an expensive suit, had a high-end watch, and carried a briefcase. He unpacked a laptop, switched it on, and smiled gleefully at what he saw on the screen. He looked over at me and said, "Hello?" I muttered a reply. Then he said, "I hope you don't mind me saying this, but you look like you haven't had a great day." I tried to brush it off, but before I knew it, I found myself pouring my heart out to him about how miserable I was at my job. He listened without interruption, and when I finally finished speaking, he introduced himself as George. George told me that spending my entire life working a job was a waste. He believed that the traditional 9-to-5 grind was a trap that kept people from truly living their lives. He said that most people spend their best years working tirelessly, only to retire when they are too old to enjoy the fruits of their labor. He explained that there were better ways to work less and still live a dream life, a life that very few people get to enjoy. George painted a picture of a life filled with freedom, where one could travel the world, spend time with loved ones, and pursue passions without the constant worry of financial constraints. He shared how he worked only 5 to 10 hours a week, yet had made millions doing what he does online. George had found a way to leverage the power of the internet to create multiple streams of income, allowing him to live a life that many only dream of. But he also warned me about the many online scams that promise easy money but never deliver. His story fascinated me. George emphasized the importance of being cautious and doing thorough research before diving into any online venture. He told me he had once worked long hours in a high-stress IT job, earning a decent wage, but the stress was affecting his health. The constant pressure and lack of work-life balance had taken a toll on him, both physically and mentally. He decided he needed a change. George realized that if he continued on the same path, he would burn out and miss out on the joys of life. He made a firm decision to seek a better way. That's when he discovered that a small number of people were making money by creating and uploading YouTube videos. Intrigued, George began to explore this new world, watching countless videos and taking meticulous notes. He researched their methods and found a way to do it even better. George spent months analyzing successful channels, understanding what made them tick, and devising his own unique strategy. It took some trial and error, but eventually one of his videos went viral, garnering over 1 million views. The success of that video was a turning point, proving that his hard work and innovative approach had paid off. Within 9 months, he was earning over £5,000 a week. The rapid growth of his channel and the steady stream of income it generated was beyond his wildest dreams. Today, he often earns £10,000 a day. George's journey from a stressed-out IT worker to a successful online entrepreneur is nothing short of inspirational. His story is a testament to the power of determination, innovation, and the endless possibilities that the digital age offers. George told me that I could do the same if I was willing to put in just 5 hours a week, follow his step-by-step system, and invest a little money in the software needed to get started. The money I invested, he assured me, could soon be recovered from my earnings, as long as I followed his plan. I was skeptical. Risking what little savings I had from my years of work seemed daunting. But what if his plan actually worked? What if this was my way out of the job I hated? I told George I needed to discuss it with my wife. It was a big decision, and I couldn't make it alone. We had always made financial choices together, and this was no different. He agreed and handed me his business card, assuring me that his training program had a full 60-day money-back guarantee, no ifs or buts. He seemed confident, and that gave me a bit of reassurance. I had nothing to lose. The guarantee meant I could try it out without any risk, but still, I needed to be sure. Before leaving, he told me to call him at 10 a.m. the next day if I decided to move forward. His confidence was infectious, but I remained cautious. That night, I told my wife about the encounter. I explained everything George had said and how he seemed genuine. She was skeptical, calling it another scam. She reminded me of the times we had been burned before by too-good-to-be-true offers. I admitted I had thought the same, but couldn't shake the feeling that meeting George wasn't just a coincidence. It was an opportunity. Something about his demeanor and the way he presented his program made me think twice. I struggled to sleep that night, my mind racing with what-ifs. What if this was the break we needed? What if it was just another dead end? The next morning, I decided to check out George's website. I needed more information to make an informed decision. Everything he had told me was there, and my search on Google revealed dozens of positive reviews from others who had succeeded using his system. It seemed promising, and I felt a glimmer of hope. That was the moment I decided to take the leap. I called George and told him I was ready to become his student. It was a risk, but staying in a job I hated for the rest of my life seemed far worse. I signed up, downloaded the course materials, and began following the detailed step-by-step instructions. To my amazement, within just 4 days, spending only an hour a day, I was hooked. 9 days in, I earned my first payment, just under £50. It wasn't much, but it proved that this worked. Week by week, the money started flowing in. By week 6, I had earned back more than I had invested. Even my wife was impressed. By the end of the 12-week course, I had made over £25,000. At that point, my part-time YouTube business was making more money than my full-time job. 2 weeks later, I walked into my boss's office and quit. He laughed and said I'd regret it until I told him how much I was making. His laughter stopped immediately. I had finally broken free from the wage slave system, and so can you. The traditional job model is outdated. Your employer doesn't care about you beyond the work you do for them. You spend your life grinding away for a few weeks of vacation each year, only to retire on a pension that barely covers your living expenses. But you have a choice. If you want to work the hours you choose, earn the income you desire, and retire when you decide, before you're too old to enjoy life, then listen up. I found something even better than the training I took. It's a step-by-step system that teaches you how to start your own YouTube channel the right way. Best of all, you don't have to show your face if you're not comfortable on camera. You don't need expensive equipment. Just a smartphone, a laptop, and an internet connection. Click the link below to check out the official website. You'll see all the details, including success stories from real people who have followed this method. Insert link here. Also, please leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'm building a new channel dedicated to teaching people how to succeed with YouTube monetization. Thank you for watching.